Now on Older, Wiser, Feeling Younger is our next guest. I guess he's a bit of a comfy old slipper that we've known about for years and years. We've seen him on television, we've seen him on radio. I was speaking, of course, of John Blackman. Welcome, John.
Good on you, Barry. Thanks very much. I've never been described as a comfy old slipper.
Well, I meant that in the nicest possible way.
Well, in actual fact, that's the way we used to describe Hey Hey at Saturday. It's like pulling on a comfy pair of old slippers on a Saturday night between 6:30 and 8:30. That's why probably it was so popular.
Now, just to get this started, quoting something from one of your corporate gigs. Hello, I'm John Blackman. I'm from Hey Hey. It's not on anymore.
Yes, and it generally gets a laugh too, but it's just a reminder to the audience of exactly what my credentials are, and it's amazing. Like Hey Hey at Saturday's been off for 10 years now. People still remember it like it was just yesterday.
And how do you feel 10 years from now, after the show's finished?
Well, you know something, because I did it for 28 years. 10 years is a doddle in the park, do you know what I mean? And it doesn't seem like it's been off air for 10 years, but I'm still trading off it, of course, but it's amazing how many people do remember it, and people from all generations as well. Like, we get 15-year-old kids who were just being born or just 5 years old when it went off air, up to people in their mid-20s and their 30s, and of course our major audience is the baby boomer audience, people as old as I am, 52.
As you said, 28 years from 1971 to 1999. Mm-hmm. At the end of 99 when it got the axe, as a team, did you feel the show had run its race, or did you think it had more life in it?
Well, it's a funny thing, Barry. When news came through, the phone call came through from Darryl, and we'd sort of all been we'd sort of think there was something in the wind. And he said, I'd like you to come in for a meeting into Summers Carroll offices in Hawthorne. I thought, this is it. So when I arrived there, of course, it was an entourage of media jackals out the front, and one of them came up to me with a microphone and said, well, have you been expecting this phone call, John? I said, yes, I have, for 28 years. And they thought, yes, well, and I thought that was a fairly clever thing to say, because really, that's what we'd been doing. For 28 years, we thought, this will be our last year, this will be our last year. And as it turned out, well, it wasn't. And it was a darn good run when you think about it, because a lot of shows these days don't even last 28 days, let alone 28 years. One
thing I liked about the Saturday morning was those characters. I wanted to go through a few of them. Right? There was Norman Neumann, the boom microphone.
Norman Neumann, yes.
He had a boom, he just had a beard and things like that, and glasses.
I think they actually did put a moustache and glasses on him at one time.
And I don't know
he spoke a bit like Gough Whitlam.
Yeah, I was going to say, he sounded a bit like Gough Whitlam, didn't he?
He did.
Now, there was Fred Fly.
Fred Fly, yes.
No, he didn't talk, he just buzzed, didn't he?
He just buzzed, yeah. We had Fred Fly's amazing feats.
Yes.
And he used to fly through fans and through tennis rackets and God only knows what, and we actually shot him out of a cannon once. Mm-hmm. But that was great because you couldn't see him. Yeah. And then there was Alfred Desmike.
Yes.
Of course. He spoke a little bit like that. And
Charlie Hu, the detective?
Charlie Hu, a Chinese guy.
Yeah.
He was a restaurant owner.
Yes.
It's amazing what we could get away with back then.
Yeah.
Highly politically incorrect.
There was another guy I can name of Helmet, wasn't there?
Helmet?
Yeah, the German.
I don't know.
Major prizes.
There was general prizes.
Yes, general prizes, wasn't
it? And major stuff up.
Yes.
I can't remember.
And I can always remember the Angel.
Well, the Angel, yes, and it was amazing that...
She obviously had her contract extended because she sort of went into the colour area after that. She hung around for a little while, didn't she, the Angel?
Well, she did. The Angel was actually a Barbie doll with some wings on it. Lucky Phil, his wife actually designed the Angel, and when you think about it, it was all so rudimentary back then, wasn't it? Because basically it was just him holding her up on another camera and just the director superimposing her over Darryl.
Yeah.
And there's one other character Mrs. McGillicuddy.
Yes, I was going to say Mrs. McGillicuddy from Upper Kumbukta West.
Upper Kumbukta West.
She always had a problem with the railway boom gates or something, didn't she?
That's right, the boom gates, and of course her husband Bert.
Yes.
Was a terrible accident in the back paddock. Got pulled off by the bullocks off his tractor. I can't remember how the gags went, but they're all full of innuendo. Yeah. But they were good fun days, though.
Now, John, just a quick question about Dickie Nee. Now, Dickie Nee and you, are they one and the same person?
Oh, no.
Really?
No, Dickie's he's quite independent of me. A lot of people used to think I did the voice.
Yeah.
But as a matter of fact, he's here.
Really?
Oh, yes. G'day, how you doing, Barry?
Oh, hello, Dickie, how are you?
I'm really well, thank you. What are you doing talking to this ugly guy for?
Oh, well, he's a famous, he's a celebrity.
Oh, you reckon you should try living with him?
Really?
Now, Dickie, that's enough of that, okay?
You should try living with him, though, Barry. He's really horrible.
Really?
Oh, yeah, shocking. Anyway, I'm going to whip off now.
See ya.
ya. Bye.
Thanks, John, for spending time with us. And you definitely are available for weddings, parties, bar mitzvahs, aren't you?
Anything, yes, absolutely. Smoke nights, sausage sizzles, I'm available.
Thanks again, John.
Good on you, Barry.